Alright, I'm here with a brand new pickup video going over some recent stuff I've had lately. Pickup videos have been pretty infrequent as of late. I think the main thing is I was hoping to have one out sometime last month, but I accidentally deleted a bunch of clips that I had for some pretty good pawn shop finds and some pretty good thrift store finds, actually. I ended up accidentally deleting those clips, so I was not able to make a video, obviously. So, coming back with pickups, coming in pretty strong, I think. Well, not too bad. I mean, all things considered for a January pickup video, doing pretty all right. So, jump into my first thing here. I got some cool stuff. I went up, kind of just up to Cleveland, game hunting, out and about, and got some pretty good stuff. A new Dreamcast game for the list, but first stuff here was just a few pawn shop finds. This was one of the better pawn shops I've been to in a while, really. They had a lot of games, a lot of obviously low dollar stuff, low end stuff. And they were only $1 each though, which is always great. All their Wii stuff, PS3, 360, and older. So they had some PS2, Xbox stuff. Was $1 each. A lot of it seemed pick through, but for $1 for complete games at this point, as long as it's not a really low tier sports game, really is not too bad. So these were the ones I picked up. South Park Stick of Truth. I didn't have this one for my collection. I played the second one on the Switch, but I've not played this one, so I'll probably have to get this one in a better case. But other than that, the disc was good, so we'll be keeping that one for myself. One to just flip. This one had a little bit of value, so for $1 it was worth grabbing. Country Dance All-Stars for Connect. It might sit for a while. If it doesn't sell, what I can do is just next time I get a Connect in like a bundle or something, I usually pair a game with it to make it sell quicker on eBay. So makes it easy. That's a tip, by the way. If you get Connects, they're a little bit obnoxious to ship. They can cost a little bit more than you want. So add in a game. Doesn't really add too much to the weight. Won't make the shipping go up too much, if at all. And it'll probably pad out another $5 in value. Sometimes even more, depending on if it's a more desirable Connect game, which feels like an oxymoron. But next up, we got Over the Hedge for Xbox. I actually had this game on GameCube as a kid, and I liked it, but I don't know. Doesn't go wrong. I've been kind of just anything that's not horrible, I've been picking up for $1. Because I've been figuring a lot more lately, I can kind of get this stuff almost for free and just throw it in my trade credit bin. Because my local game store's trade credit's always been pretty good. So I can kind of throw it in my trade credit bin. So I sold this one here. I got this for $1, NCAA '08. Sold it for, I think, $13. So pretty much have all this stuff already paid off. So I get to keep a game for free, sell or trade off some other ones. So that's kind of how I've been trying to do it lately, to build up the trade credit for stuff I want. But other than that, it was very clearly someone's picking through it. I've never been to that one before, although it's part of the chain that I go to, the Cashland. It's Cash America sometimes. I don't know. But I've not been to that one yet. It was pretty good. I'd hope to get back there at some point, but it's a little bit out of my way. But next time up in Cleveland, I'll try that one out again. Other than that, went to a couple different locations of my local game store. Grabbed some stuff. Went to one, they just opened this one. I'd been to it once, like right after it opened, and they had like absolutely nothing. So expectations weren't high, but they had a decent Dreamcast selection. I was able to get a Dreamcast game I didn't have, King of Fighters Evolution. I had $58 in trade credit. Before I went on my trip, I went out, dumped whatever my little tub of junk it was that I had for trade credit. Got $58, which I can't believe because it was like really, really crap. So, I mean, that just shows how good my local game store's credit is. So I had $58, so I got this one here, King of Fighters Evolution. I almost bought this one back in the day. They had a copy at my game store, but it had a King of Fighters 97, I believe, in there instead of the right disc. So, had to make sure it was the right disc, but it was. So, I was able to get that one priced at $50. And then, actually a good deal here. This is going to be maybe replacing my copy, maybe just a flip. Either way, something will be a flip, but it might be a condition upgrade for disc. So I have this game with just the disc and the manual. So it's not in my collection yet, but I've had the disc and the manual for like years. And I found this one disc only, so it doesn't help me very much, but it's Tokyo Extreme Racer 2. They only priced it as at $10, which it's like a $40 game loose, so I picked it up. I figured I can either, I can, see if my disc is better or worse. I tested this disc and it worked. And then possibly upgrade my disc. I'll have to check that right after I film this. And then flip one of them and have a decent profit there. So only $10 for that. I don't know why they priced it so low. Other than that, not a very exciting second stop, but for $6 I got 5-in-1 fun pack for Game Gear. I've had the box for this for a while, and I don't know, I like box Game Gear games, something weird about them. I feel like no one ever has box Game Gear games in their collection, because who cares about the Game Gear anyway, but I kind of like it. The only modded console I have is a Game Gear modded with a backlight and everything, so take that about me as you will, but figured I would complete another Game Gear game. I think I had the manual for that too, so figured I'd complete another Game Gear game. So I'd say all in all, successful little half-day trip up to Cleveland, going to a couple game stores on my day off, so pretty good time all around. Some good collection buys, some good trade credit buys, some good flips. So what more can I ask for, I guess? It's the way to do it for me. So I got a few miscellaneous finds. I went to this indoor flea market place that's only open like Sunday afternoons. I think like from like noon to 6 or something. This place is an absolute dump. I've been here once before. It's gross, but they have a lot of stuff. And there are a couple game vendors there that I did pretty well with. Kind of caught them on some low prices that they might just not have been aware of. One booth, the first booth I went to, they had horrible prices. Like, their stuff was awful. Like, it was pretty much everything was like $10, if not more. It was PS2 junk for like $10. But I did catch them on one game. You guys might know this one has some value. You guys might not know this one has some value. But one to keep an eye out for, NCAA Football 11, they had priced at $15. This is a pretty valuable one. Goes for around $50 to $60 on eBay. And it was complete, so $15. Was more than happy to get it for that. So, something I gotta tell myself as well is sometimes these overpriced resellers are still worth checking out, even if, because if they have prices where they kind of just seem to pull them out of, where, they may not realize that some stuff like that has some value. So, and a lot of people might not look up a sports game. So something to keep in mind. Also, while I was out there, $3 each, I got Jeopardy on PS3. I think it holds a little bit of value. And Sonic 06 disc only. So not too bad. That was also $3. So nothing crazy or anything, but not a bad day out there. As always, I'd like to be able to get some stuff for myself, for the collection, but I'm not going to pass up a good deal when I see it that can fund me getting stuff for the collection later. So, yeah. So then I went out, kind of just out on a day, out and about, doing some game hunting, trying to find some cool stuff. I had to go out to Stone Age Gamer because I don't have a disc resurfacer anymore, so I just take my stuff there and pay their little, their small fee and just get get a stack of games, stack of discs resurfaced. And let's see, while I was out there, I went to a pawn shop and did pretty all right. I got a complete copy of Sonic Unleashed for 360. I know this is Xbox Series compatible. I would keep this probably, but I don't like to have the Platinum Hit stuff. But that was $1, and then I found this. I had already gone to Stone Age Gamer and got my discs resurfaced, but so I had to head back. But I found this Wii Sports. It was pretty rough, but he did it for me. He didn't charge me anything because he didn't know if it would work since how rough it was, so that was really cool. But it did end up working, so not a bad little find there. And then a pit stop at a pawn shop that doesn't always do really great for me. You don't really find too much here. Every once in a while I'll find something interesting. Like I found like a DVD box set for like $1 that I was able to sell for like $150. That was one of the only notable finds from that pawn shop. But I was able to get some good deals here. First, I picked up a Harry Potter game on PS2 to see if the disc was in there, because I know their older games are really cheap. So I was looking into that case, And the Harry Potter game was not in there, but in there was a copy of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, which is a better game to find in there than Harry Potter, I'll be completely honest. So that was good. It wasn't one of the, because I know some Harry Potter games have value. It wasn't one of the good ones. It was, I forget which one it was, but I looked it up later. It wasn't worth anything because I still have the case somewhere. Other than that, one to keep an eye out for. Unfortunately, I had to throw the case away because it was really disgusting, like water damaged and just, I mean, like stuck to the case, and the paper artwork was destroyed, so I had to throw it away. But a game to look out for, they charged me 10 cents for this because it was an old sports game. NBA 2K18. Last NBA game on the PS3, not very many copies out there, and it has some decent value, around $20, loose or complete. So one to keep an eye out for there. They charged me 10 cents for that. They charged me for the Dark Alliance and for this game here, which is, if you didn't know, has some value too. Guitar Hero World Tour. They charged me $5 for the two of those, so $2.50 each, 10 cents for that. And in their case, they had this 2DS, special edition 2DS. I don't know if it really special edition, but color variant of the 2DS. I think it's Seafoam Green, and it's a reasonably valuable one. They had this for $49. It goes for about $150 on eBay, so not too bad there. No stylus, unfortunately, but nice little find. Trying to beef up the game fund for garage sales this year, so this is a nice little thing to add. Keep the eBay store alive and everything. I don't really care to keep this for myself. I don't like, if it was in the box I would, but I hate the 2DS. Like, I find this to be, I was testing this thing and playing with it, and I find this thing to be so cumbersome and so awkward to use. I really don't like it. But nice deal for $49 on that. $49 into $150 probably pretty easily. So nice day out. I mean, I had just a stack of like 10 discs or something that needed to be resurfaced so I could do something with them, either put them in my collection or put them on eBay. So, you know, already worth my time to go out, but it was great to find some other cool stuff too. Shout out to Stone Age Gamer, of course. Great store if you're in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. Worth checking it out. But yeah, good stuff there. And that'll be it for this one. Some good finds. January and February are always pretty slow months, but some decent stuff, all things considered. Can't really complain there. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow me over on Twitter at ObjoGaming. Leave a comment down below with what you've been able to pick up lately. And until next time, I'd like to thank you for watching.